Good morning, good evening, everyone. It is Sam-Haendell again, and we are here for another episode on linguistic journeys. In this episode, we will go over the role of small translation moments or small translation exercises in language learning. So, welcome back. And you know already, I'm your host, and we will see the power of those small exercises in our language acquisition process. Whether it's translating a phrase, a short sentence, or even a word, quick exercises relating to translation can play a surprisingly big role in building fluency and confidence. Just translating one word like crayon from French to English, pencil, is an easy way to remember, to acquire, and to memorize the vocabulary and the different expressions from a language. Small translation exercises force you to think critically about the language. They bridge the gap between the native language and your target language, helping you notice how structures, vocabulary, and idioms differ, or help you see the similarities between them. For example, translating the phrase "it's raining cats and dogs" into another language might reveal that it doesn't translate directly. Instead, you learn the equivalent expression in your target language, which gives you a new way to express yourself and an equivalent for an expression that you may or may not use often. Those exercises help you in three main ways. First, it's your vocabulary expansion. Second, it's the grammar awareness. And third, it's the cultural understanding. They help you with your vocabulary expansion because translating, even if it is a single word in a small moment, it introduces you to a new word, to a new vocabulary, to new symbolisms, and just reinforces the one that you knew already, the one that you knew in your native language, and guide you to all those words or expressions can be noted or stated in your target language. It makes the process a lot easier for you and give you a wider vocabulary range. Grammar awareness. It makes you aware of sentence structures, verb conjugations, and other grammatical nuances. So just by translating an expression accurately from one language to another, it helps you see that okay, two languages still don't have the same formation, turn out the same way. By example, you could say it's raining cats and dog in English, and you might say okay, in French it's like oh, il pleut des chats et des chiens, but no, that's not all they would say. They would use another expression, and they would use a better way and a way that is unique to them. So each languages they have their own ways of observing, arranging, and formatting their conversations or just their dialects, their syntaxes, and by doing those small exercises, we are getting aware of them and we're actually using those to the best of our abilities and helping and using them for the progression of our language acquisition process. Third, cultural understanding. Translating idioms or expressions gives insight into cultural context, showing how native speakers think and communicate. As I stated before, translating the expression from the language to another, it just tells you a different way to say it. But it shows you, okay, we have different way of thinking. That's not all they would say. They will not make like the literal translations, but they have their own way to say it. They have their own slang for it. They have their own expression for it, their own critical thoughts behind it. Maybe something closely related to the culture that they implemented into expression, or just something that's often inter-country. But by doing those moments, we are getting aware of those different expressions and using them for the advancement of our knowledge. So here is how to include translation moments in your routine. Translate text from your native language into your target one. just maybe you can implement that in your daily life by translating the title of a book or just a simple line from your math book that you saw. Okay, maybe not mathematics, but maybe just a simple sentence that you saw in your literature book. You translate it literally, or just a sentence that you may write in your notebook and decide to translate that in your target language. Maybe it's a headline or even a social media post that you saw on either of the social networks disponible. You could also try to reverse translation. Take a sentence from your target language and translate it back into your native language. Then you translate it back again. So it's kind of a back and forth between those languages, and it will build your understanding and make translations and transcriptions a lot easier for you. Or you could use apps or tools to check your translations and see where you can improve. There are many apps on the Apple Store or Play Store that are really effective for translations, and I would recommend you to use those apps instead of just Google Translation, because Google Translations can sometimes be accurate. But take your time, choose the best translating software that you can find and use it maybe in your daily life to translate sentences or just translate a word that you didn't know. And this small moment can have a high impact over time on you. So to finish, small translations moments may seem simple, but they pack a punch in terms of their impact. They build vocabulary, sharpen grammar, and deepen cultural understanding. Thank you again for joining me in Linguistic Journeys. Next time, we'll explore the role of humor in learning a language, and why laughing at your mistakes might just be the best learning tool. Yes, I know it might not seem like you thought it, because laughing at my own mistakes sometimes can be hard. But yeah, I'm telling you, this can help you a lot and just put a lot of pressure out of your shoulders and make the world a lot smoother for you. All right. Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and stay curious. Stay tuned for another episode. Bye bye.